When a 6-year-old Barack Obama arrived in Jakarta, Indonesia, it all must have seemed a world away from what the young American boy was used to. This is the house that young Obama moved into when his family first came to Indonesia 40 years ago. At the time, these streets weren't paved, and many of the houses didn't have electricity. Yet by Jakarta standards, this was middle class. The current home's owner allowed us an exclusive look inside. A large living room leads into a dining room, and an atrium overlooks the kitchen. When Obama lived there, his family didn't have a refrigerator. This small bedroom looks out to the backyard, the part of the house Obama has said he'll never forget. His stepfather had turned their tiny backyard into any little boy's dreams. A monkey, birds, a dog, chickens, even 2 baby crocodiles. You used to play soccer here?
Yes.
Was he any good?
Yeah.
Indra Matawa lived just a few doors from Obama and remembers typical boyhood adventures. So you would get up on the roof and fly kites?
Yes.
Obama was the first African-American many of the neighborhood kids had seen, and he endured endless teasing about his curly black hair.
Barry dulu.
Oh, yeah.
Here, friends knew him as Barry. Barry?
Barry. Right. I don't know Obama.
Barry Satoro. He had taken the last name of his Indonesian stepfather. Indra says what he remembers most about Barry, who was actually quite chubby at the time, was how much he would eat whenever he came to Indra's home. He'd come over and eat you out of house and home.
Yes, every day.
While the street the boys lived on was middle class, like most of Jakarta, the stark reality of poverty is just a short bike ride away. Obama has said the things he saw in Jakarta will remain with him the rest of his life. After Barack's stepfather landed a higher-paying job with an American oil company based in Jakarta, he was able to afford to move the family to this house in what's considered a nicer neighborhood. They were able to afford not only a refrigerator, but some part-time servants. Obama's family rented the house from this man's family. He gave Inside Edition exclusive access. This was a little sitting room. This is a small study where friends say Barack did his homework every day. This is kind of the master bedroom. The house gave the family more room. After they moved in, Obama's half-sister Maya was born. Barack's bedroom was in here. And this was Barack's bedroom, a room he is likely to remember very well. According to Obama, every weekday morning, his mother would bring breakfast to his bedroom and then tutor him in English for 3 hours before she went to work and before he went to school. But it wasn't all studying. Barack quickly made friends in the new neighborhood. Boyhood friend Slumit remembers playing ping pong with Obama in this room and playing Monopoly with him for hours on this little porch. He lost a lot. He didn't win all the time at Monopoly. You called him Barry. This friend named Sonny says he never expected that his old friend could quite possibly be the next American president. It does surprise you.
Yes.
He remembers his friend Barry as funny and adventuresome, but says his mother made sure his studies always came first. A commitment that resulted in Obama attending 2 vastly different schools while in Jakarta, where he made impressions on his teachers that would last for more than 40 years. You really do remember him?
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Who?
It's Barack Obama.
What's he famous for?
He's gonna be a president of America.
This is the Assisi Catholic Grammar School in Jakarta, Indonesia. And Barack Obama is on his way to becoming its most famous former student.
Barack Obama.
The only record of Obama having attended the school is this old register. And look, it lists his name as Barry Satoro. That's the name Obama took from his Indonesian stepfather, Lolo Satoro.
He was smart in mathematics.
Very smart in mathematics.
Yes.
And this is Obama's first grade teacher. As it is today, in 1968, the school was very crowded. 40 kids to a class. But she had no problem remembering Obama.
She's bigger and taller, with a black skin, a curly hair.
Obama may have stood out, but he was popular, an excellent student, and even showed signs back then that he's a true politician.
When he was entering the classroom, he would shake the hands of his friends and say, "How are you?" And he would greet everyone in the classroom.
His third grade teacher says Obama wrote a composition saying one day he wanted to be president. but didn't say of what country. That class register lists his nationality as Indonesian and his religion as Islamic. But his teachers say that was probably because his stepfather was. When Obama's stepfather changed jobs and moved the family to another neighborhood in Jakarta, Obama's mother enrolled him in the Basuki Public School, which has a reputation for being one of the best in the city.
This was your third grade classroom?
Yanto and Ai recall their classmate Barry vividly. He was the chubby boy who towered over the other kids in the class.
Barry sat here, Barack sat there, and then you sat there.
The school's makeup reflects the population of Indonesia, more than 90% Muslim. Not long ago, the school became an issue in the presidential race. The internet was buzzing with false reports that the school was a fundamentalist madrasa, a strict training ground for radical Islamics.
When you heard that people in the U.S. were saying the school was a madrasa, what did you think?
Misinformation.
It's unlikely that whoever started that rumor ever set a foot inside the school, because if they had, they would have found hundreds of smart, happy, and very independently acting kids. Former students and teachers say it's always been that way. There is a mosque in the school. It overlooks the playground, and every day at noon the children are called to prayer. But it's not a requirement. Our cameras were allowed to go inside the mosque and observe the children in prayer. The boys and girls are separated, as is tradition in Islam. But there is also a small chapel for the handful of Christian students who attend the school. They assemble in the chapel at noon for Bible reading and prayer. During our visit, the students seemed more into badminton and basketball than religious study.
There you go.
Obama attended the Basuki Public School for less than 2 years. However, his classmates recently reunited to take a good luck Barry photo. And at the Assisi Catholic School, Obama's third grade teacher praised every day that the youngster she once taught in Indonesia, remarkable as it may seem, becomes President of the United States.
Barack Obama had a humbling experience on his path to greatness. Believe it or not, he spent his first night in New York City in this bleak alley. It was here in a dark, litter-strewn alleyway where Barack Obama, the man who would one day become president of the United States, slept, just steps away from a busy street. So why did Obama sleep here? He had come to New York to attend Columbia University and arranged to stay at this apartment building with a friend. But when Obama showed up just before midnight, no one was home.
What's he going to do? He doesn't have money just to go to a hotel. And there happens to be an alleyway just down the block.
In his memoir, Dreams from My Father, Obama writes, "I found a dry spot, propped my luggage beneath me, and fell asleep." The future president woke up at the crack of dawn. With no place to wash himself, Obama walked across the street to this fire hydrant. It was open and spraying water, and that's when he met a homeless man who was bathing himself. Obama recalls, "He didn't object when I joined him." One thing's for sure, this alley is a far cry from Obama's next home, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
It was a day of momentous and historic firsts as the world watched Barack Obama sworn in as the 44th President of the United States. The multitude followed every moment of the day on huge monitors. Before facing the massive crowds, Obama stopped by the White House.
Yes, sir.
President Bush called out "Sir" as the president-elect climbed out of his limo. The Obamas were greeted warmly on the portico of the White House by President and Mrs. Bush. Michelle Obama had a gift for the First Lady, telling her, "This is for your new home." It's a journal inscribed with today's date and a pen. They posed together for pictures, and as they entered the White House, President Bush could be seen giving his successor a friendly slap on the back. By 10 a.m., the National Mall was packed with a sea of humanity estimated at 2 million people seeking to witness history being made. Vice President Cheney left the White House in a wheelchair because he had pulled a muscle packing his belongings. The two First Ladies emerged from the White House together, followed by the two presidents, who rode side by side in the motorcade to the Capitol for the inauguration. All along the route, the motorcade was greeted with waving flags, cheers, and salutes. The TV audience had an unusual glimpse behind the scenes inside the Capitol as former presidents prepared to take their seats. The first President Bush and Barbara Bush wore purple scarves to symbolize national unity, the combination of both red and blue. There were warm greetings behind the scenes between the Bushes and the Clintons. But look at this, an apparent snub as President Carter and his wife Rosalind seemed to ignore the Clintons, walking right by without a greeting. And this was our first glimpse of the Obama children, Sasha and Malia.
Malia Obama and Sasha Obama. Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, Barack H. Obama.
And this was the rapturous welcome for President-elect Obama as he emerged from the Capitol. Aretha Franklin sang "My Country 'Tis of Thee" as the atmosphere of electric anticipation mounted among the crowds. The nation's first Catholic vice president, Joe Biden, took his oath of office.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
And then a moment to be etched in history. America's first black president took the solemn oath of office on the Bible held by Michelle that Lincoln used in his inauguration. There was a moment of nerves as the Chief Justice flubbed the words of the oath of office.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear
that I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully.
That I will execute
the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States faithfully.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
As "Hail to the Chief" and cannon fire echoed across the mall, there was a thumbs up for the new president from daughter Sasha and a hug from her sister Malia.
Thank you.
In a somber inaugural speech, President Obama challenged America to reunite to meet the tough challenges of the future.
Today, I say to you that the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. They will not be met easily or in a short span of time. But know this, America, they will be met.
And the new president and first lady joined in a moving rendition of the national anthem. There was a triumphal parade back to the White House with the Obamas walking Pennsylvania Avenue, acknowledging the ecstatic support of the crowd. Minutes later, the children joined them and they made their first official appearance as a family on the parade viewing stand. Then it was back to the White House and the hard work of leading the nation begins.
A crowd of historic proportions, 2 million strong, descended on the nation's capital to see Barack Obama sworn in as 44th president, and a sea of famous faces were on hand for the eventful day. There was Obama's #1 supporter, Oprah Winfrey, with best friend Gayle King and longtime love Stedman Graham. Beyoncé looked beautiful standing between P. Diddy and husband Jay-Z. Dustin Hoffman was on hand, and director Steven Spielberg was bundled up in a scarf. Boxing legend Muhammad Ali was there to witness history, and so was basketball great Magic Johnson. And Aretha Franklin wore quite a hat. That's Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore showing us their tickets.
That is the best thing I could possibly buy today.
Actor Tim Robbins played with an Obama hand puppet. The country's most famous political power brokers were all present. All 4 former presidents were on hand. George Bush Sr. was limping and carried a cane. The Bush twins Barbara and Jenna looked lovely. Michelle Obama arrived with Laura Bush. New first daughter, 10-year-old Malia, had her ever-present camera to take pictures of Dad's big day. Security was extraordinary. An army of police kept the peace. The sea of people was in good spirits, and chants of Obama filled the air. The move for some turned from elation to frustration as the long wait for access to the National Mall stretched on and the crowd started to chant, "Let us in, let us in." Cops struggled to control the chaos.
I will need to see your silver tickets in the air.
This man gave up after waiting for 3 hours to get in.
There were people pushing fences over and running over to the USS Grant statue and people getting hurt and stuff.
And this ticket holder was in tears.
We work for a labor union and walking, and this is not right.
Let's move it. April Woodard was in the thick of it.
I think this is as close as I'm going to get. I'm supposed to be over there by the field, but right now they've blocked it off so we can't get any further.
It took her nearly 3 hours to make her way 5 miles through the crowd. Deborah Norville inched along through traffic with Missouri Senator Kit Bond.
I have never seen the crowds and the enthusiasm that we've seen here.
Next stop, inauguration! Security was tight for everyone. This video is from Deborah's own video camera, shot from her seat near Obama. An incredible view of the sea of humanity Obama saw when he took his historic oath of office.
And God bless the United States of America.
The whole world stopped to watch Obama's historic swearing in. Here's our Megan Alexander.
Massive crowds packed New York's Times Square, cheering with their eyes glued on the giant monitors above. And school came to a halt across the land as students watched history unfolding. Thousands of kids crowded into New York's Harlem Armory for the momentous occasion.
And the celebration's not just in Washington, D.C. Here in New York at the Harlem Armory, these students said they wanted to see history in the making. This is one day of school they didn't want to miss.
Barack H. Obama.
The event was carried live at an IMAX theater in Los Angeles.
Do solemnly swear.
In homes throughout the USA, people gathered with family and friends for viewing parties, like this one hosted by Penny Johnson, who played America's first black First Lady on Fox's show 24.
This is so special. Words can't describe it.